And as we roll on here, we do have a special guest in the studio or on the phone with us. Let me put her on the screen here. There she is right there. We have Priscilla Lynn. She is the Director of Marketing and Development for the, help me Lynn, Priscilla here with the name of the theater. I think I'm going to screw this up. I'm going to take a stab at it. I'm going to say it's Pistarckle Theater. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm sitting here looking at your live Facebook feed. Are you getting feedback from me?
No, you sound clear. You sound perfect.
Okay, good.
So how are you this evening?
That's excellent. Well, thank you very much for having me as a guest tonight to talk about Pistarckle. How many hours do I have?
At worst case, we have 1 hour. 1 hour. 1 hour.
That is actually fantastic. There's just so much to tell, being founded in 1991. There's a lot's happened since then.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
You and your listening audience.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about it. So you're the marketing and director, I guess, of development. And so how did this theater come about? I know here in St. Croix we have a small community theater too, and I just assumed that there was one over there in St. Thomas. But I didn't know exactly where it was or what it was called, and then here it is. So tell us how this got started.
That is correct, and we're trying to put together some what we call hands across the water with the community theater over there. Certainly, Nikki, our founder, has known that organization for all its years in existence as well as ours, so she's got a deep relationship with it. So if she's listening, a shout out to Nikki Emmerich, who is the founder and the artistic director of Pistarckle Theater. So before I go on and say anything about myself, I first must give her every bit of respect and shout out and honor her by mentioning her and all that she has done since 1991 with this theater. Nikki Emmerich is really amazing. She's an actor as well. And she's pretty much almost single-handedly kept this theater going through now 3 major hurricanes. So Maryland in 95. Pistarckle went dark for a couple of years after that, but she rose from the ashes, as they say, and restarted this theater in late 97, 98. And then, boom, all along comes 2 Cat 5 babies to try and blow us out of off of the face of the earth. But unfortunately for we Virgin Islanders, a lot of people suffered a lot of damage. We suffered some here at the theaters, mostly economic damage. Like a lot of nonprofits were suffering from that. But anyway, we're again kind of a rising out of the ashes scenario with that, and we were actually able to put on a full season with only 1 month's delay this past season, starting with an original play written by a Virgin Islander and ending with The Color Purple, which was very popular.
Okay. Yes.
And then, we've got a full season coming up for 2018-19, starts in October. We just finished up our children's camp. We had 7 sold-out performances of Oliver, our 6-week children's musical theater program is very popular. It's been around for 15, 20 years. We've done that for the summer, followed by a playwriting camp, which is right now as we speak. In operation, not at this moment, but during the daytime.
Okay.
The kids write a play, and we'll produce that on the 17th at 6 p.m. We'll have their actual play. It's 15 children from ages 15 to 17.
Okay.
Are participating in that. We've got actors. I'm really proud of our youth education and enrichment programs, you might tell. So I'd rather talk about that than me. I've been with the theater about 1.5 years, but I've been in contact with them since 1991.
Okay.
So that's enough about me.
So what is your energy about the you said the youth program? What is your energy about that? What gets you so excited?
I'm a mother of 2 grown children and a grandma to 3 grandchildren that are up in Virginia. So the youth program, I wish that they had this these kind of programs. When I was raising my kids, I would have definitely had them involved in something like this. And indeed, the children start at 9 years old in our youth education enrichment programs and up to 18. And this is my second season with the summer program. Last year we did the Lion King Jr. and I pretty much cry through all the performances, and we had 7 each time.
Okay.
They're so amazing. Our maximum for the children in the camp is 33, 35 kids, and we pretty much max out every year. We do a lot of scholarshiping with the help of a lot of donors.
Okay.
So to shout out to every one of your donors if they're listening, thank you very much. You know who you are. The list is way too long for me to take up the time to do, but we are ever so grateful for that. And a lot of local support, too, through different government entities and such that help keep our theater alive.
Okay.
So and the program. So we're expanding. One big thing we're doing is expanding the youth education enrichment program to maybe do something for younger children. Okay. Because right now the age in starting is 9 for any of our programs. So we'd really like to do something for the 5 and up, that bracket in between. Also the young adults. The 18 to 21-year-olds. Okay. We would also, although certainly in the Virgin Islands, at 18 you can do just about anything. That's the legal age, right? So yeah. But we still consider young adults, the 18 to 20-year-old section, the demographic, is very important to us to develop some programs for them as well. So the need is there. It's a matter of time and money for us. We're a very small organization. So is this like a summer camp, or is this like all year round? Okay, so Pistarckle Theater in a nutshell offers live plays, some of them by locally written VI authors and playwrights. Okay. We also bring in plays from the States, like The Color Purple. So we do live plays. We've got a full season of live plays, 5 or 6 plays. We do the youth education and enrichment programs. We also do individual events now. We've got an upcoming 5th edition of our Murder Mystery Theater, which is a lot of fun. It's a one-night event, and it's actually a murder mystery whodunit kind of interactive theater. People just took to it, and those events get sold out completely. Last year we've had to launch an encore, which is coming up on the 19th. We've still got some tickets available for that. $15 you get your first drink for free and some snacks. So it's pretty cool. Okay. And then we rent to outside entities as well. So we've got the Miss Universe USVI coming in here on Saturday that rented our theater to use. Okay. So just let's see, what else have we got going on? How many? We do Shakespeare theater. How many seats do you have there? We had 125 before Hurricane took away a few. So we can, with various borrowed chairs from our neighbors in Tillett Gardens, we can probably do 125, 129. Okay. The chairs aren't pretty, but they're usable. Oh. So but basically about 125. Okay. Now, as far as these programs that you talk about, are they? I guess in addition to academics, they're also learning the whole art of acting and that whole piece of it too. Yeah, every principle you can think of that involves the performing arts. Yes. Which would be singing, dancing, elocution, auditioning. And then of course with some of our programs with specialties like the playwriting. That it teaches them all of the principles of everything to do with the performing arts. And we have kids that have grown up, gone off to college with this concentration, gone on and gotten jobs and careers in this, and they started at 8 or 9 years old with us. So we're really proud to see that growth. And some of them come back in the summertime and intern for us. Okay. So I haven't been here long enough to see all of that, but I've been told about all of the success stories that we have. So we know the long-standing impact, yes, and the benefit that it has for the children by seeing, what happens with them as they grow up and move on. Okay, taking that experience with them. Okay, so where is the theater at exactly over there in St. Thomas? Okay, so we're on the eastish end. I will call it the eastish end because it's kind of a far side of the east end of the island. In Tillett Gardens, as a lot of people probably know, Tutu Park Mall.
Yes.
We're in the Amish retreat area, so we're in Tillett Gardens, which is nestled into a corner right up from Tutu Park Mall.
Okay.
And in the far back of the theater, we do everything we can to let people know. So again, thank you very much, David, for letting us come on the show today and let your listeners know about us, because as a marketing director, well, I cringe when I hear somebody say, "Oh, I never heard about Pistarckle Theater."
Yes.
There's about 100 and something thousand people throughout the Virgin Islands, and we just, I'm trying to reach each and every one of them. And
Yes,
so something
yes.
like this is a great thing.
What number are you up to now?
Yeah. Well, we do have, speaking, to address that, I would say that we do have a strong patron base. We database everybody, and we email and we reach out, do a lot of grassroots with them. But honestly, the hurricane also blew a lot of people off island that just, left temporarily, and then some
Yes.
became permanent. We lost literally about half of our patrons that were long-standing patrons with us. So we're rebuilding that way too.
Okay.
So, everyone that can, and if they go to our website, there's a contact page at pistarckletheater.com, and I want to spell that. That's Pistarckle, theater with an ER.com. And we would love to put them on our mailing list. And they can even just call us at 775-7877, although today the phone lines went down. So
Yes.
thank you, Virgin Islands. These kind of things happen.
Let me ask you a question, Priscilla. So does Pistarckle mean anything?
Yes, Pistarckle is Dutch Creole,
Okay.
and it means a noise or a spectacle or a noise. So Pistarckle, spectacle.
Okay.
A lot of people used to say you'd be standing in line at the motor vehicle department, and everybody would start rumbling about waiting in line, and then somebody would speak up and say, "What a Pistarckle!" So
Okay.
it's kind of stuck. It's kind of stuck through the years, but again, a Dutch Creole origin. And when Nikki first came down here on island, in the late '80s, she kept hearing people from New York. She kept hearing people. The Virgin Islanders, the island residents saying, "Pistarckle this, Pistarckle that."
Yes.
And it kind of stuck with her when she decided to start the theater, launch the theater. She was down here with her at that time, one young child, and then she wound up having another. So she's got two kids she raised here, theater babies,
Okay.
that are grown and gone to the States now. But she, the name kind of stuck, and it's interesting, different. People always spell it wrong, so that's why thank you for letting me spell it out to your listeners.
Yes.
People usually get either the Pistarckle part or the theater part wrong, because theater is typically spelled with an R-E.
Yes.
But
Yes.
not us. We're E-R.
Yes, I saw that part. I did that. So okay, it's a little different. So as far as the development part of what you do there, so that typically means that you're developing new programs. And I guess the marketing part is just to get the different age range of kids to come in and join. Are these programs free, or do they cost anything, or? You just need to have the ambition to be an actor of some sort, or a singer, or I guess a performer.
We're again a nonprofit with a really anemic way to run our operation. So most of our programs are fee-based, although we are able to, through our donor base, offer scholarships to some of the children that come based on need. Financial needs.
Okay.
So we are able to do that. The playwriting camp right now is supported by the VI Department of Labor every year.
Okay.
They give us very healthy support, and shout out to them and thanks for that. They send us a minimum of 10 children. We've got 15 in the playwriting camp right now, but they send us a minimum of 10 every year that they support being here. So again, there's just an amazing amount of outreach from the community to help us keep the programs going. So our plays, we sell tickets. We always pray to fill up the seats. I do want to mention, too, the Vento Charitable Trust and the Virgin Islands Council on the Arts, who are two other big supporters for us.
Okay.
So our ticket plays are expensive to put on, especially when we have to do the licensing rights for plays that we bring down from the States.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that part is very expensive. Our cast, however, are all local actors, all volunteers. But it's still to build the set, to run the theater operations, and the licensing rights cost a lot of money. And we stopped printing playbills last year and went green with online, virtual, and
Yes.
lobby displays. We're trying to decide if we can afford to go back to print playbills this year because they're also costly. So it depends on if we get a sponsor to sponsor that.
Yes, I understand. And so, go over one of the things I noticed that I like your website, but you also, I can see that you have a lot of shows coming up. And
Yes.
could you just run down? I think you did earlier, but could you run down those shows again, just to let our listeners?
Yeah, I would love to, David. Thank you. I'm particularly proud of these because they've got a kind of a central theme to them all, which is powerful women, which is amazing because our resident director, Frank Bartolucci, is very instrumental in helping pick out the plays, although our board of directors also have input to that, as well as Mickey. So I actually have little input, but by the time it gets to me, I'm like, wow, this is great.
Yes.
Dream Girls. We start out with Dream Girls. And by the way, we've got a final audition on August 12th. If any of your listeners want to be in the Dream Girls cast, one final audition at 6 p.m. on August 12th here at the theater.
Okay.
We've got most of it cast, but we've still got a few parts. So Dream Girls, everybody knows Dream Girls.
Yes.
So that's a wonderful musical book and lyrics by Tom Dean, music by Henry Krieger. I have to say that because it's a licensing thing, right? That starts October 11th and runs for 3 weekends. We always do for all our plays on the first Thursday of an opening weekend. We do a pay-as-you-can night where people can come and if they wish to put a donation in or come in for free and see the play. It's kind of like a final dress rehearsal, but we're always packed for those. So that would be October 11th. That would happen for Dream Girls. That's followed by Arsenic and Old Lace starting November 15th and running for 2 weekends. Then we do Nutcracker, which is our holiday offering, and that runs December 13th through the 23rd.
Okay.
And then I am drum roll. You ready? I've got to make a drum roll on my desk.
Okay.
Evita, because we were supposed to start last season with Evita.
Yes.
As we all know, what happened, we were supposed to launch in October, but we launched in November without Evita and pushed it into our 2019 season. So February 14th through March 2nd, which is a 3-weekend run, is Evita.
Yes.
And we'll be, anybody out there that wants to be in any of our plays, they should contact us immediately and get kind of pre-screened for auditioning because we audition, all year long to put people into these plays and get them, mainstreamed. And then that is followed March 21st and to the 31st by Doubt by John Patrick Shanley.
Okay.
And our final offering is a new play, which is always we choose a local playwright.
Okay.
And feature their new play. And it's interesting because Susan Hunter, who was teaching the playwriting camp this year, came to us last year. She's a VI resident and playwright. She's St. Thomas lady. She came to us last year with this play called Catch and Keep, which was just a charming, just tongue-in-cheek, locally written play.
Okay.
And we produced and presented that last year to a packed house. And then she said, I wrote a sequel. So she came to us with the sequel, and we put that on this year as our second play, Going to Come Back, which was the sequel to the first one, but really easily, readily to pick up, even if you hadn't seen the first one. Now she's teaching our playwriting camp, and she's joined our board of directors.
Okay.
And she's writing another play. So it may well be her play that's featured as that new play. That there's kind of a committee process that goes through choosing that.
Yes.
But we're leaning towards going more towards featuring locally written playwrights in our theater because that's number one. It's the cost is far less, but more importantly is to support our local artists and authors. By doing that,
yes,
people really come out even more for those. So we've got a lot of people asking to buy tickets already for the season. I don't even have the tickets up on my website yet, but so I that's a good sign for me as a marketing director, David,
Yes.
because that tells me that people are really liking what they're hearing, and I've just got a brief list on the website of it. But even without any kind of pomp or circumstance or marketing, people are wanting to buy tickets. So
Yeah.
that's making my heart happy.
Yeah. So, so the only way you can get tickets for your show is through your website. It's not Ticketmaster or anything like that. It's just strictly through your website.
We do have a ticket portal, if you will.
Okay.
And there's always a link on our website. People can walk into the theater and buy tickets. People can call in. We'll do. We take credit cards, just not American Express or Discover.
Okay.
So. But there's, I'm just now, this week, I'm just getting ready to look, because we still have some tweaking to do with the dates.
Okay.
So I was waiting for that to be finalized, and this week I will load all of that into, especially since people are, I'm waitlisting people now for some of the plays, and then I'll get back to them. We have a subscription opportunities, too, that people can save a lot of money.
Okay.
And buy subscriptions, and I'm getting ready to roll that out as well. We've gone from having all reserve seating to open seating for the non-subscribers, and we lowered our prices.
Okay. Okay.
So all of our general seat tickets are all $25, and then subscribers that buy a subscription will have reserve seating.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's because we had to do something to help people continue to come to the theater. So that was the adjustment that we made and it seems to be working quite well. So we're going to continue with that through our 2018-19 season.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So one thing here, Priscilla, before we roll, is that I did manage to get 4 of your pictures up into our streaming software. So I guess if you're watching the stream from another computer in your office there, eventually you'll see it. But I'm getting ready to make it live here. There's a picture, I guess, of the inside of your theater with some young kids wearing like a yellow long dress and a green long dress.
Oh my God! You put my picture.
So I'm gonna. Should I make it active? It's not active yet, but
No, it's just that I would rather just see the pictures of the theater. But that's that's okay. That's an old picture, but that's okay. No, that's the click for more. Okay, and so I'm watching this live. I just went like big on the screen. So you've got, I don't know what other pictures you have. I'm looking at your live feed now, but I'm trying.
Yeah,
to
but okay. So
just
just in another few seconds here, you should see a picture of.
Oh yeah. Okay, that is our the Shakespeare Festival.
Okay.
Which is another thing we do. We go into the schools and we teach children all about Shakespeare and Shakespearean acting, and then at the end of that. In school workshops.
Yes.
The children all come from all 3 islands. All 3 islands come to St. Thomas, and they participate in what's a one-day event called our Shakespeare Festival.
Okay.
And that's what you're looking at now is kids. They get their Shakespearean wardrobes on, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's what you see is a shot there from that the location.
Okay.
Where we were at this year.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna bring up the second picture here. This is a picture of. Looks like you guys are in some room and kids are sitting on a bench.
Okay, that's what I was just talking about. That was I must have skipped one. That was the Shakespeare Festival. Oh, okay. Oh, this. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, there's a delay. I'm seeing it right away, but you need like a 20-second delay.
Okay. So okay, yes, I see that. That was just because my computer's old. We're a nonprofit. We can't afford new sharp stuff. Okay. This was last year. We did the best little Christmas show ever. Okay. And we had kids, the best Christmas pageant ever. Excuse me, I got the title wrong. I had to go out in the lobby to look at the poster. The best Christmas pageant ever. It was our Christmas offering, our holiday offering. And these were, you'll see on the end, see the 2 in the green shirt?
Yes.
Okay, those were twins. 3-year-olds, and then that was their baby sister next to them, and their big sister in the center with their school uniform on.
Okay,
so
I got you.
We had children. That was the youngest I think we've ever had in our cast, unless it was an infant in arms. Is these 3-year-olds, up to I think the ages were up to about 18, and we had a couple of adults in there as well. We usually do. And they were amazing to see them learn these lines and act the play. and the big sister helped them
Okay.
along the way. But to see these little ones, and they were angels. They were little cherubs. They had our costume director Tony Banks does a great job with the costuming.
Yes.
For these kids. So this was probably their first or second rehearsal. This picture.
So is this in your theater too?
Yeah, that's on the stage. We're a what's called a big box theater, which is a big black box, basically, ceiling and floor and walls, and big black stage, a raised stage, elevated stage. It's a couple of feet off the ground. So this was the stage, and right now this was the beginning of it. What you don't see is those black walls usually get then painted by our scenic director, Neen Reynolds. Our scenic artist will then paint a theme on those walls that fits in with the play.
Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to our third picture here. Let me bring it up there. So you'll see this picture here just in a few seconds. It's looks like some kind of a pirate stage play. Colorful costumes, and looks like a guy's holding.
Okay, I was talking before, and that's actually, you see the woman on the right hand side pointing the gun. Well, they're both pointing guns, but in the colorful outfit.
Yes.
Okay, that is actually Pamela New, who directed our summer camp, Oliver's, which she did a fantastic job with. But
Okay.
She also, and behind her to the back is Bonnie Erb, who is our props master, but also in a lot of plays and on our board, and a smattering of other actors. But this was the last murder mystery night murder mystery night theater that we did, which was a pirate theme. And it was quite fun, and especially when they went down into the audience in these outfits with those faux weapons. So the audience, helps to solve the mystery. So somebody, of course, in a murder mystery whodunit dies. Our next one coming up is called The Body Politic, by the way, written and directed by Julie Baber, who is Julie's an actor and a writer in her own right, and a St. Thomas resident. So anyway, that's what this was. And it was this absolutely even more fun than it looked. And you'll see in the far back what looks like Johnny Depp that's Captain John, who is from the Pirate Museum downtown.
Oh, okay.
They offered him on loan to us to act in this particular whodunit, so we were very pleased, and the cast was fantastic. So that's what you're seeing there. Okay,
and then we have one more picture here that I got loaded up here. This is looks like two guys are talking to a lady, and she's got her back to them, which should be popping up any second now.
Oh, okay. So that was the very first play that we did last season called Alternative Facts.
Okay.
And the guy in the dark suit there, that is Matthew Hamilton Craft, who is an interesting mix of things to Pistarckle. He now is our grant writer.
Okay.
He and his wife are both local school teachers. He wrote this play, and then he starred in it because he's also an actor and has a big theatrical background. And then Ryan and Emma, the other characters there, have been in several of our plays as well. And this was the first time Ryan had ever been in a play.
Okay.
I think Emma's been in another play too, but oh my God, okay, take that one off. Don't put my picture up there. And now Matt's sons, he has two sons that are in school here, a 13 and a 11-year-old. They now volunteer with the theater. One of them runs the soundboard, one of them runs the lightboard. I'm talking about an 11 and a 13-year-old young men, and they're amazing too. So they have not acted yet in any of our plays, but they're wanting to.
Okay.
So it's kind of a family deal.
Yeah. All right, perfect. So at least these pictures will give our viewers opportunity to see kind of what you guys are working with there. But our guest tonight is Priscilla Lynn. She's the director of marketing and development at the Pistarckle Theater in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. The website is pistarckletheater.com. And if you could run through your list of upcoming events one more time, that'll be perfect.
Oh, I see. I'm typing. I'm just thanking everybody. I see people have made comments to your live. My friend Soraya just posted a comment. I see there. So
yes, I see it too. Yes.
Yeah, that's nice to have that. I love this live. We have to do more of that here. So let's see. We've got the 17th. We've got It's called Driving Me Crazy.
Yes.
Which is the play by the playwriting camp. We've got that's on the 17th, next Friday. This Saturday we have the Miss Universe USVI pageant, which is an outside renter coming into our theater, but we support them.
Yes.
And then we've got the 18th. We've got the Murder Mystery Theater. That's sold out for Saturday the 18th. We've still got the Encore Sunday the 19th. Some tickets available. I just looked. We've got a few tickets left yet for that. Then we have the after school camp starts the second week of second week of September.
Okay.
After school. Then we've got our our full. We move into our full season on October 11th, and it runs through the middle of May with a great selection of plays, both locally written plays and plays we brought in from the States, and of course the Nutcracker for the holidays.
Yes. Classic play.
Oh, I have to take a breath after that. Well, thank you so much for hosting us as a guest on the show. I think you see that I have a passion for Pistarckle in the theater, and I'm really just pleased to be in this role.
Well, thank you for being a guest. I do come to St. Thomas.
I see you.
I do come to St. Thomas every now and then. And I'll definitely have to make my way back to your location and check out some theater or something there that you have going on that weekend. But
yeah, keep an eye out. Come on over and visit.
Okay, so our guest tonight is Priscilla Lynn. She is the Director of Marketing and Development at the Pistarckle Theater in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Please go to their website. They have a sort of a complete schedule of events that are coming up. Gets into early next year, correct? Then I hear you mention like March.
Yes.
Yes. So they have some stuff going into March of next year. Plenty of programs for young adults, young youths, 7, 9, 15, 18. So if you have a desire to be a singer, a dancer, a performer, entertainer, check these guys out. Maybe this could be the start that you need to get going in that field. So thank you very much for reaching out to us. Lynn did reach out to us via our website. We have a thing on there that you just click and you put in your information. I get an email, and then we kind of hooked up the schedule. And so she's here now. But thank you so much, Priscilla, for coming on the show. We really appreciate what you're doing and what you're sharing. Good theater is always fun,
I'm hooked on it. It's your Perspective Talk Show. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. So on that note, we're out. I'm sorry, you wanted to?
Bye now.
Okay, thank you so much, Priscilla. Have a great evening and a great night.
Okay.
All right,
David.
Bye-bye. This is the HR Perspective Talk Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. until. We're out. We'll see you guys, I think on Thursday. We do have another show lined up. On that note, peace.